the business should be built to, for whatever the
Yes.
mission and vision of you is as the founder. And so that is, I love that. I love that.
Right. And there's no award ceremony, by the way. Once you say, just because I wanted to see if I could do it,
You didn't get an award
I
or a
sort of looked,
medal? There wasn't like,
I looked behind me and there was no one calling me up on stage to give me an award or to, make a bronze of me,
or
so
honestly,
it's,
even tell you that that you could do it. Like when you pass that point, it's whatever you've defined
right.
it. Was it the first year it was
Exactly.
done,
Exactly.
So that's super important. I love that.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about this story, your story up till now, is this is something that I've struggled with as an entrepreneur is the whole point. Okay. One of the whole points of going into business is, like we said earlier, is you have an idea, and usually entrepreneurs are like, I'm going to go after that. Like you're excited about something. And there's a whole book, the entrepreneurial mindset, the entrepreneur's mindset or whatever. Right. And so
Right.
early stage people, like you have a certain, I don't know, excitement to go after things. And what I've equated that into in my mind sometimes is because then you get to a point where you're like, that's not right for me, or that's not the type of client I want, or this is really the type of business, or I've learned what I needed to learn and I'm done with that you could tell yourself, one, it's failure, or two, oh, you're continuing to chase shiny object syndrome. Like there's a way to turn it as a negative.
Yeah.
And what I love
Right.
about your story is none of it is failure. It is this acceptance of the natural evolution of anybody's career. Because I think when we think corporate, we think it's this linear, like you move up, like you could tell this nice story about how you've like gained more experience. But when you're out doing you may jump to the right and then forward and to the left, but to where you are now and looking back now, you have such a breadth of experience that you can bring to these businesses because you have had all this. And so I think that's I think that gets minimized a little bit when we're thinking of like, oh, that quote was a failure. Oh, I stopped that and I jumped this way too.
Exactly. And I know you and I had talked previously, I think, about the, sort of a nonlinear
Yes.
career as, is that more or less successful than that, traditional corporate
Yes.
trajectory where, you rise and rise and rise and you're up the ladder and next thing you know, you're a corporate off or your corner office, you're the CMO,
Yes.
whatever. And I had a very nonlinear career. And it really wasn't until the last several years where I was able to completely reframe all of
Yes.
that and see it as, I mean, that is my advantage, that I have been in not only different sectors, different industries, different size organizations, from being at Xerox
Yes.
and which is
Huge.
extremely process oriented,
Yes.
to a nonprofit, to my own. And so that is really what gives me the ability to come in and see things
Yeah.
quickly. I always describe it sort of like triage.
Yeah.
I'm able to come in and help the founder to sort of understand, okay, here's what's going on. Let's lay all the cards out on the table. Here's what needs to happen first. Here's where you're bleeding. Here's the opportunity that is low hanging fruit. Those types of things, and that's the perspective that I bring in, and then we take action on
I
those.
love that. I love that both that one, why you're so critical to businesses too, but then also your story where others can pull from it is like, there is no, it's, I've said this before too, but it's hard to look forward and be like, okay, where you're going next until you look back and say like, this is what I enjoyed. This is what I didn't enjoy, but this is where my whole story comes together. Because what I really believe is any business that you're building, the only way that it's going to be wholly successful for you is it's going to be uniquely you. You can't replicate. So if you're looking at how others are doing it and the boxes they checked, you're just going to be replicating something else. And that's never the road to any type of success, however you define it. Hey there. If this episode sparks something for you, I'd really love to know. Shoot me an email or leave me a comment on the episode. Those messages really do mean more to me than you realize. And if you're craving more clarity in your business or your career, you can explore ways to work together at www.scalewithclarity.com. You guys, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to the episode. I always love recording these and sharing them with you, and looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Scale with Clarity.